There are a ton of those van tour videos out there, so I wasn't really too keen on doing one of my own. And then I got to thinking, well, most of the people who do those live in their vans full time. And so their vans are set up just for that, van living for them or them and one other person. And a lot of people, I think, are like me in that they really can't or don't want to live out of their van full time, but they want to be able to use their van for multiple things. Some people have to run around a bunch of kids to various practices and events most of the time and use their van a lot just in daily living and only use it for road tripping a couple times a year. I use it more than a couple times a year for road tripping, but I need it to be versatile and I need it to be efficient and effective in whatever I call upon it to do. So I'm going to show you how I pack mine up when I do use it for a road trip, and if anything that I do helps you out, great, and if you have any suggestions that might help me out, that'd be cool too. So come see. This trip is a little different from the others in that I am taking a chainsaw and all of the accompanying accessories to a chainsaw. So that I have loaded in first because I will need it the least. So it is hiding there in the back. And then in this box, I have some extras and things I won't need very often because those are the things I put in first because they're a little tougher to access. So I have an electric burner just in case. I have extra propane for my propane camp stove. I have fire starters. I have laundry detergent, and I have extra batteries. I think that's all that's in here. Yeah, more fire starter stuff. All right, that's what's in there. Oh, and a brush, of course. I don't get the urge to clean all that often, so it goes in the first box way in the back. This box needs to be a little more accessible. In here I have my cooking gear. So I have utensils, I have pots and pans, I have wipes, I have Ziploc baggies, I have sugar. You'll find that sugar's in several different places because I use it a lot. I have fire starter, I have tea, I have a kettle to boil water in, just various utensils. Aluminum foil is up there, hiding, and more tea, and some seasonings. There's some dish soap in here somewhere. It's down there. And cups and pans and plates and stuff like that. So that is what's in this one. Long skinny things fit along the side. So here you see an umbrella and my pie cooker, my Campfire Pie Cooker. I like this thing, and it goes on every single trip I go on, whether I use it or not. Like, it's there because you can also make grilled cheese in it, and you can fry little things in it and just flip the whole thing over. It doesn't have to be only for campfire pies and campfire pizzas, but there's a lot you can do with it. It's a very versatile piece of equipment. The other thing I'm putting in here is my fold-up camp chair. So it'll go in that space too. Fits really well. I have found that the seat belts for the third row work really well for keeping those long skinny things where they need to be without them interfering with this tray that's on wheels when I need to pull that out. This bag contains simple meals, most of which can be cooked just using water. But not all of them, but that's mainly what's in here. And then I have bug spray in here, some suntan lotion, and then things I might need in a jiffy for my car. So I have some oil just in case, and believe it or not, there's a tire pump in here somewhere. Between that stuff and the box with the chainsaw necessities, I have placed my tent and my tarp. And then this space is going to be where I put my tackle box. because this trip is going to involve some saltwater fishing, and so I'm going to go through and make sure that I have everything that I need in my saltwater tackle box, and then it is going to go there. On top of my rack in the back, I have my beach cart. It folds up pretty well, and that is there because when I'm at the beach, I'm going to want to take my chair, my blankets, my shark tooth sifting things, and who knows what else, but pretty much whatever will fit in this cart. Sometimes I find things on the beach that I want off there, and I fill up my cart with shells and driftwood and who knows what. So that's pretty important to take. And then I have some rain gear and a dry sack and my scuba stuff. My fins and wetsuit and stuff like that is crammed over there. And my hammock. One cannot forget her hammock. Every good camp trip deserves to have a hammock tag along. In front of that box, I keep my camp stove and the first propane container that I plan to use. And then on top of that, I put this bag. Happily, my saltwater tackle box and my dry bag fit on top of my tent. So that was pretty cool. In my dry bag are things like my Gilligan's Island hat and my fillet knife and a fish scale and various containers that are waterproof that I can put my phone and whatever else in, and some snacks. In the space between the pull-out drawer and the back door latch, I have my breakover bar with the correct socket already attached in case I need to change a tire. And I have the legs that go to the drawer in case I decide to use those. And then I have a crowbar, because there have been numerous times that I've been on these road trips and I've had need of a crowbar and not had one. So I'm bringing a crowbar. On top of the rack on the passenger side, I have my fishing poles. These are my surf rods, strapped with Velcro, those little hand grabber things. And then I have some fans that are powered by USB. I have lots of different chargers that will make those run. And then I have a battery powered fan if I were in need of that. And then a whole bunch of little clip-on lights that are super bright. And then a box of shoes that has everything from water shoes to hiking boots to waterproof boots to sandals and whatever. And then I have Cowboy who's checking out my packing job. Goofy cat. And then in here are my swim things, bathing suits and cover-ups, and a towel. And then in this bag, yeah, I'm a PA girl originally. Cowboy, stop. Darn cat, move. Sorry. In this bag, I have my regular everyday clothes, jeans, shorts, tops, socks, underwear, stuff like that. And yes, that's going to be plenty of space for those things. On this trip, I'm traveling alone, so I plan to sleep on the middle row whenever I'm not using my tent. So this is set up to be my bed for now. And then I did bring my extension just in case I change my mind. So back here behind the seat, I have the board that's the extension. I have the extension holder. That's this thing right here. And then I have a bunch of tension rods in case I decide that I want to put up curtains or hang my laundry or beach towels or whatever up in my van. I have tension rods that fit all of the windows. So those are back here too. And then the screen, if I decide I want to sleep with my windows down and sleep in the car, I can use magnets to attach the screen over the window openings. In this area are essentials in case I need to make an emergency pit stop. In the middle, in the space next to my bed, are a whole bunch of snacks. In the space behind the driver's seat, I have some pretty important gear. I have my first aid kit. I have a mighty jack. And then I have my toolbox and a lantern. In the storage compartment connected to the seat, I have bubbles, because there are times when you're in a traffic jam and you're about to go insane, and if you blow bubbles out the window, everyone feels better, including yourself. And then I have a fly swatter. And back to my toolbox. I have some pretty important gear in there. I've got a hammer and a hatchet and some gloves and a pickaxe and several different shovels, some of which that fold up and some don't. I have pliers, I have screwdrivers, I have socket set, like pretty much anything I could possibly need is in there. In the driver door compartment, I have gobs and gobs of various kinds of flashlights. Some strap on your head, some don't. I have my handkerchief. I have lots of tissues and sticky notes and pens and sunglasses and more flashlights and a brush and one of those little emergency reflective blanket things and another flashlight and electrical three-way plug. In one of the cup holders, I've got some more snacks, and in here I have some sunshades, some napkins, a bunch of charger cables are in here. I got some road maps, and a bag of change is in there. And then here I have more scissors than a person should probably need in a gypsy van, and another flashlight. And this awesome knife. It has a full-size fork and a full-size spoon and scissors and a saw and all kind of stuff. And I'm not a huge fan of plastic forks and spoons, so I really like this. Oh, there's a wine opener too. Like, I'm not gonna need that, but it's there in case I change my mind. This is my passenger front seat, and it's got my little organizer with breakfast stuff, toothbrush stuff, baggies, because I like to collect things, and flashlights and wipes and stuff that I need on a regular basis that I often waste a bunch of time finding. And then in front of there on the seat is my main battery pack. This can be charged with solar power or car charger or plug it into the wall. And up there is my disco ball, because every gypsy van needs a disco ball, at least one. On the floor in front of the passenger seat is a roll of trash bags, another umbrella, a bucket that is full to the brim of all sorts of ratchet straps, tie-down straps, and a whole bunch of assorted length bungee cords. A person can never have too many bungee cords, or disco balls for that matter. And then there is a bag that has a bunch of atlases and more maps in it. And then an extension cord and a power strip, just in case, I guess. Like, I always take them, and sometimes I need them and sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends. And then on the passenger door, I have a bunch of magnetic things. I've got magnetic tape, I've got magnetic buttons, I've got magnetic sticky back stuff, just because they're handy. And then I have Velcro things, the stick-on kind, and then a tiny whisk broom and some rope. This is like for setting out trot lines. And then duct tape. You gotta have duct tape, and a baggie full of rubber bands of various sizes. Here I have my clothespins and then some clips and a whole bunch of these because they come in super, super handy for all sorts of things. My glove box is full of things like JB Weld and Loctite, and let's see, we have some paracord in there. We have some tiny screwdrivers and some zip ties, various lengths of zip ties. That's it. We are all packed up and ready to go. Trip starts tomorrow, so get some rest.